What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. Today's video is One World Under Doom, issue number 7. And now as we're slowly beginning to come to our end, our heroes were able to expose Dr. Doom to the world. They showed his true evil. They showed what he is doing to the people of Latveria. And in the days that followed, what we saw is kind of a split in society. Some people supporting him, but anti-Doom protests popping up all over the place. With this dynamic shift in everything that has been going on, we see people start to turn on Doom. Ones that once loved him, governments that were once siding with him, they're all turning away from him. They're siding with the heroes. Eventually, those governments, they come for Doom, with rifles and tanks pointed directly at him. They should have known that they were going to be no match for the Sorcerer Supreme. Left in Doom's wake is nothing but death and destruction, flame and bone. In 10 days, Doom has lost control of everything. The world is turning upside down. They're fighting back against him. And so our heroes, they make their final stand. Their ragtag team that they assembled, from Beta Ray Bill to Cyclops to Mr. Fantastic to Squirrel Girl. This is the hero's last stand. Now this is where we hop over to Val, goddaughter to Dr. Doom. And she watches as it is live broadcast. The Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, they all go against her godfather. She watches as the world fights against him. Now, if you guys remember, months ago, he came to her. He tried to justify his actions. Said that he sought glory, but that glory it's now dead, and all that is left is power. Power and control. Val is now seeing that Doom's plan, it has definitely shifted. It's changed. As Doom just puts everything to ruins. As he fights back against all the world's heroes. This is no longer about glory. This is no longer about saving the world. This is about maintaining power. Now that he has it, like any dictator, he refuses to give it up. And while they watch, they see that Doom, he's not losing. Uncle Doom is winning. This is what takes us down to the battlefield, as we now get the narration from Doom himself, having a world's army standing against him, a world's fury. All of it is still insufficient. And while he is having the tiniest of slip-ups fighting against such a superior force, most wouldn't notice this. But most people are not Reed Richards. Richards knew how to take him down. He knew how to fight against Doom. Being attacked from every single direction, Doom thought he expected everything. He thought everything that Reed Richards would throw at him. That's until Reed Richards knocks him into the astral plane. A new battlefront, a new dimension. Reed Richards has elevated himself. A man that once was really afraid of magic because he didn't understand magic. The world's oldest and, in Doom's opinion, stupidest dog has finally learned a new trick. Now, Reed was really hoping that revealing the whole plan to the world would make Doom step down, but now he notices that that's not going to work. And so he went with Plan B. Since this has started, Doom's been winning. It's because you're more powerful. You're wielding a weapon that Reed Richards doesn't understand. That was magic, time magic, dark magic, Sorcerer Supreme magic. But Reed Richards has been studying. He has been building up his repeatable properties in a kind of periodic table of magic. He may have a real problem with magic, but he's really good at science. And so Reed Richards has been building a new science. And his favorite thing about science is that anybody can wield it. You don't need to be special, you don't need to be chosen. You don't even need to think that you're a god. You simply gotta put in the work. And that's what he's been doing since this whole thing started. He has been learning, harnessing, and here he is now, finding himself on the astral plane, having studied how he defeated Dormammu. He tells Doom, it is time to proceed. Sorcerer Supreme versus Scientist Supreme. And while Doom battles against him, he thinks that he's a clown, clumsily playing around at godhood. But Doom already knows his weakness, Dormammu. He's attacking with spells that Doom invented himself. He thought maybe this might overwhelm Doom, but this is a childish notion. Reed Richards is nothing more than a forger, nothing more than a thief, a clumsy, entitled, ambitious pretender. as Doom grabs hold of his face. We see in this astral plane as Mr. Fantastic begins to break apart, Doom correcting him for his hubris against an emperor. He moves him into an infinitely irrated fractal dimension, where every cell in his body is stretched farther and farther, so far that it can't actually truly be measured. And then he removes both of them from the astral plane. He seals off the astral plane from Reed Richards forever. Back on Latveria, back on the battlefields, Reed Richards begs for mercy. But in this world, to the victor belongs the spoils. But Doom is merciful. He tells Reed Richards that you will not die, but he promises nothing more. That is where this issue will end. So a pretty good issue. Now I will say that I think this has been drug on long enough. I think we've had enough of one world under Doom at this point. Like, how many times so far have we seen the world's heroes go against Doom and still fail? Like, even with new information, even with the world standing against him, Doom wasn't just gonna stand down. And he already proved that he could beat you guys, regardless of the world standing with him or not. More than anything, this comic was an opportunity to show that Reed Richards has overcome his, not fear of magic, but his crippling lack of understanding of magic. Magic has been one of the hardest things that he has faced against, because he can't predict it, he can't understand it, he can't make an equation for it. Or at least, he thought he couldn't. But actually taking the time, sitting down, figuring out where the patterns are, where things repeat, he was able to figure out how to use magic in a scientific manner. Now, we don't know how powerful this actually makes him, but it makes him powerful enough to fight against Doom for at least a couple minutes. But that was only because he was replicating Doom's spells that were already created. How powerful he was able to use those spells definitely is still very much up for debate. But we see the smartest man alive do yet again the impossible. The dude uses freaking science to be able to use magic. The only way his brain can even be able to understand how to use magic. And he found that way. He found it through formula, through mathematics, through just logic, reasoning, and deduction. And while this is an absolutely fantastic feat, we can probably almost guarantee Marvel is never gonna use it again. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that's been going on with One World Under Doom, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. That'll get you caught up on everything that is currently going on. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. This is a lot like Patreon, and it just really helps out the channel a lot. But if you're not able to do that, please do me the favor of subscribing to the channel, liking this video, hitting that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.